Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. How are we doing today? Ready for the next class? Inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So welcome back to Unlock the Quran, Arabic Level 1, Lesson number 2. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين ثم آمين. Okay, so inshallah, continuing on from what we learned in our last class in lesson number 1, we learned about two categories or two sciences of Arabic language. One is sarf and one is nahv. You need to, whenever you start any language, there are two things you need to learn in the language. You need to know the words, the vocabulary, and then you need to know how those words interact to make sentences. If we teach you the grammar rules, but you do not have vocabulary, you cannot construct sentences. If I teach you words and don't teach you grammar, right? If I teach you words and don't teach you grammar, then still you cannot make proper words. So basically, vocabulary is like bricks. Arabic words are like bricks. How to form those bricks is the science of sarf. How to combine those bricks to make a wall, mortar, the cement is grammar, which is nahv. Does that make sense? Okay. Then we talked about in last class, we talked about the types of words in Arabic language. There are three types of words, meaningful words in Arabic. Okay? Three types of meaningful words in Arabic. You have ism, you have fi'l, and you have harf. What do you have? Three types of words in Arabic. You have ism, fi'l, and harf. So if I were to basically give you an ayah, let's say, when you look at an ayah in the Quran, what is it composed of? What do you see? You see words. Now I need to identify the words. I need to know which word is which category. So the all of these words that you see, they could possibly be in one of the three categories. You will find word that is an ism, you will find a word that is a fi'l, and you will find a word that is a harf. Once you're able to identify each of them into their categories, things become much easier. You have done the first step. Okay? Inshallah ta'ala. So let's go back to our three types of words, ism, fi'l, and harf. Now, today's lesson, I'm going to teach you something different, something that a lot of people don't teach right away, but I want to introduce that to you right away. So we start off with clear concepts. So pay very close attention to what we're about to learn. Now, yesterday, when I said, what is an ism? All of you said it's a noun, correct? Usually whenever we ask what is an ism, we think it's a noun. And we think of a name, place, or a thing, correct? We think of objects, we think of people, we think of countries, we think of names of things, and that is the definition of an English noun. Okay? If you had an English exam and your teacher asked you define a noun, you would say a name of place or a thing. Arabic is a bit different. In Arabic, noun, the English noun is one of the things that are counted as ism. Okay? An ism in Arabic language is a word that basically has an independent meaning. Okay? What is the definition? An ism in Arabic is a word that has a meaning on its own and it is not dependent on time. Okay? Now, here's the catch. Here's the part that a lot of people don't understand is this. An ism in Arabic is not just a noun. If you told me what is an ism and I answered noun, or if I asked you a question, what is an ism, and you answered noun, you would give me an incomplete definition of ism. You would tell me an incomplete aspect of ism. I would say to you, yes, noun is an ism, but there are so many other words in Arabic that are also counted as ism. So ism basically can be a noun. Ism can be a noun, but it can also be a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, or adverb. The only thing that you need to remember is that it does not have a tense. Okay, so far with me? In Arabic, ism is much broader than the English noun. English noun is limiting. It's only one aspect part of speech. But in Arabic, it is much more than that. So now Arabic term ism is much broader than the English word noun. While a noun is a type of ism, the category itself includes a number of other English parts of speech. So what is the main characteristic of an ism is that it has a meaning in itself, but is not connected to a specific tense or time. Okay? Now, before we go on, I want to talk to you guys about, let's review a bit of our English grammar, shall we? Hmm? Shall we review a bit of English grammar? Yes, sure we should, inshallah. Because, you know, we have to learn. Okay. So you have, let's say, I've got two categories. I've got English. Okay, this pen is too light, so let me just make my pen a bit thicker. Okay. Let's say this side is English. Okay, and let's make this side the Arabic. And let's do a comparison. Okay? In English, we actually have 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Let's see how many of you remember your English grammar. So you have number one. I'm going to change my color. So we have number one, noun, right? The examples of a noun would be, let's say, a car, right? Teacher, correct? Sarah is the name of a person. Let's say London. The second part of speech in English is pronouns, correct? Which is he, we, she, they, etc. The third part of speech is adjective, correct? Definitions would be like beautiful, bad, good, correct? The fourth part of speech in English is adverb. Adverb are words like here, there, everywhere, right? Good. Then the fifth part of speech is called interjections. And they are words like hello or wow. Now, let me tell you something. I said there are 8 parts of speech, but let's talk about these 5 parts of speech first. right? Do we understand with the example so far? Guess what? All of these eight parts of speech are ism in Arabic. All of these are within the category of ism. So you cannot say ism is just a noun. Ism in Arabic is noun. This is my definition, noun plus. Okay? So whenever I ask you what's an ism, you're going to say noun plus. Okay? Or you can say it's a word with an independent meaning with no reference to time. So in Arabic, ism includes how many parts of speech of English? Five. Five. So in Arabic, yes, ism is a noun. Yes, but ism is also a pronoun. Ism is also an adjective. Ism is also an adverb. And ism is also interjection. All of these words are in the category of ism in Arabic. Is that clear? Okay. So different from English. Yes. So we need to start thinking in a different perspective. Then you have the sixth part of speech in English, which we call a verb. Verb in Arabic is the same as Arabic, and we call it fi'l. Okay. Then you have the seventh and eighth part of speech in English. The seventh part of speech in English is called a preposition. What are prepositions? Who can give me an example of a preposition? In, to, on, right? Very good. Then the third, last part of speech in English is called a conjunction, which is, give me an example, and, or, right? Now, these two in Arabic, these two, both of these go in the category of harf. Do we understand? So do you see how many words go in the category of ism? Do you see how many words go in the category of ism? All of these words go in the category of ism. That's crazy. Okay? So don't take ism lightly. Ism is very important. So is fi'l, so is harf, but they are different categories. So a lot of times when we don't begin the language in understanding the macro concept of the language, we don't understand, oh, why is this an ism now? I don't understand. You need to broaden up your mind and see, okay, I need to look at Arabic in a different way than how I have looked at English. I have the system is different in Arabic compared to English. Okay. So if I were to say ism is a noun, is this a correct statement? Ism is a noun. It can be very good. So it's a incomplete statement, but it is still true. Yes. What it is? It is noun plus other things. Okay? So let's look at the different categories of ism. Arabic term ism includes noun. In Arabic, we call them al-asma. Then adjectives, as-sifat, pronouns, ad-dama'ir. Don't freak out with the names. If you don't remember the names, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay? It's no big deal. But for now, I just want you to understand the different categories it has. It includes demonstrative pronouns. It includes relative pronouns. You will know the difference, inshallah. I will teach you guys the difference. It's adverbs, a zarf, verbal nouns, which means masdar, and participles ismul fa'il wa ismul maf'ul. Now there's a lot that goes under ism. Ism is heavy. Ism is a big deal. You know, let's give it 3 stars because it's a big deal. Okay? You can take a picture of this, but you don't have to know this right now. All you need to know is that ism is noun plus plus. Okay? That's all you need to know. Is that clear so far? Last one is ismul fa'il wa ismul maf'ul participles. We will go over all of them in due time. We will go over all of them in due time. So what is the definition of ism again? It's a word that has a meaning on its own. It doesn't rely on any other word for meaning the way harf does. And it has no reference to time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a bit of an exercise with you guys. We're going to look at ayah in the Quran and first try to identify ism, fail, and harf without any signs. I haven't taught you any signs of identification yet, but we can identify them based on the meaning. Okay? Ready with me? Let's look at the word alladhina. Alladhina, do you think this is a harf, fail, or ism? This is an ism. I'm going to put I for ism, F. This is going to be our code. I for ism, F for fail, and H for harf. Yu'minuna, they believe. What do you think this is? Why is it a verb? Why is it a fail? Why is yu'minuna? Why is yu'minuna a fail? They believe or they, it's an action. It's an action with reference to time. Very good. Very good. Now, bil ghaibi, in. B means in. What is this? Harf. Very good. Al ghaibi, the unseen. What is that? Is very good. The unseen, it has a meaning on its own. Wa, what is wa? It's a harf. Yuqimuna, they establish. They establish, what is that? It's a verb, it's a fa'il. Very good. As-salat, the prayer. What do you think it is? Ism, very good. Wa, what is wa? Harf. Mimma is a combination of two words, min plus ma. So together when it's written, the tasdeel is reflective of that. So mimma is what? Both are harf and harf. Min means from and ma means what? Razaqnahum, we have provided them. What is that? Ism, fail, or harf? We have provided them. It's a fail because you get to know about an action in reference to time. Yunfiquna, they spend. What is that? It's a fail. Good. Can you recognize now? Is it hard? You don't know the signs yet. You're just looking at the meaning and you're able to figure out. Do you see how these words are interacting beautifully? Very good. Okay. Let's clear this. Let's look at another verse. Let's do this word. Khatama, he set a seal. From the meaning, is it ism, fail, or harf? It's fail. Allahu, the name of Allah would be ism. Ala, what would be ala? It would be harf. Very good. Qulubihim, their hearts. Now, qulubihim is a combination of two words. Qulub and him. From what we just learned, that ism is much broader. The qulub is Ism, I know it's heart, but him is a pronoun, their hearts. So what would be him then? Him would also be an ism in Arabic. Very good. Wa is a conjunction, a harf. Ala is a harf. Sam'ihim, their hearing, their hearing. Sam'ihim is also a combination of two words, Sam and him. So both of them are ism. Very good. How would that be an action? Their hearing, meaning their ability to hear, sama'. Not that they are hearing something right now. They are hearing, their eyes, their hearts. So it's an ism. Okay. Then wa'ala we already covered. Absarihim, their vision. Again, this is absar is an ism and him is also an ism. Ghishawatun, a veil. It's an ism. Walahum is interesting. Now walahum is a combination of wa is harf, la is harf, right? For, la means for. Hum is what? Hum is what? Them is an ism. Very good. Adabun, a punishment, would be an ism. Azimun, great, an ism. Now, do you see? Azim means great. It's an adjective. But since we know it's in the category of ism in Arabic grammar. Even in English, azim would be an adjective. And adjectives are part of ism in Arabic language. Is that clear so far? Very good. Okay. Now, let's look at our fi'al. Yesterday, we covered three categories of fi'al. I want to expand on them. We said fi'al is an action word. This is too, let me just change my pen. Sorry about that. Okay. We said fi'al is an action word plus time. You get to know when that action is taking place. This is a very important feature for it, right? So we have basically three categories for it. You've got past tense, something happened in the past, which is called fi'al ma'di. What is it called? Fi'al ma'di. If you don't know the Arabic terms right now, no big deal. Okay? Then something happened in the present. Okay? It's called fi'il mudari. Then something happens in the future. Interestingly, we use the same verb for future in Arabic with addition of some words. We add a suffix in the beginning. We add something in the beginning, which I will teach you much later, inshallah. We just do some modification to the same fi'l, but future tense is also called fi'l mudari. So in Arabic, you use the same verb formation for fail for present tense and the same word formation for future tense with addition of a few things, but it's the same category. It's considered the same category. Then what is this third category? Isn't usually past, present, future the three tenses? Right? It is in English language. In English language, you have three tenses, present, past, and future. So what is the third category in Arabic? This is called a command verb, which means fail amr. And you see fail amr in the Quran a lot where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you. When He says, aqimu, you all establish. Okay? Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. That is a command verb in Arabic where hukm is given. And the structure for that is different. Okay? So what are the four tenses in Arabic that we will study? We will study the past tense, we will study the present tense, we will study the future tense, and we will also study the command verb. Okay? فعل ماضي, فعل مضارع, and فعل أمر. The only thing that you need to know for now is fail is an action word with reference to time. You need to figure out whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke in the past, in the present, or if he is giving a command, or if he's talking about future. Is this clear? Now let's look at our verse, inshallah. Let's go back to the same verses that we were studying. Okay, let me find. Okay, let's look at this one. Sorry, it was right there and I missed it. Okay. خاتم, I know is a verb. I know it's a fi'l, which says he has set a seal. Now you tell me, is it a past tense, present tense, future, or a command? It's a past tense. Very good. Very good. Good. Okay. Now, in contrast, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and from the people, man who يَقُولُ, he says. The correct translation for يَقُولُ would be he says. Now, from the translation, is it a past tense, present tense, or future tense, present tense? Amanna, we believed. Is it a present tense, past tense? When did this action happen? In the past? Amanna, past. Very good. So do you see now you can distinguish at least that which is a present tense and a past tense? Now, يخادعون, they seek to deceive. They seek to deceive. Is it present, past, or command? Present, they're seeking to deceive currently. Amanu, they believed. Amanu is translated as they believed. So, is this a past or a present? Past. Very good. يخدعون, they deceive. Is it past, present, or future? Present. Very good. يشعرون, they realize. If this was a past tense, the translation would be they deceived. They deceive is a present tense. Okay? يشعرون, again, a present tense. Is this identification clear for you guys? Very good. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now let's look at the harf category. All right. What is in the harf category? Who can tell me? Hmm? What is in the harf category? Now, in Arabic, the term harf is also a broad category. Okay, it's also a broad category. Okay, there are letters like you see B. There's, you know, and then there are words like ka and ta that actually don't carry a meaning on their own, but they do come, and I will teach you when that happens. Okay, so there are two categories of harf that you need to know. There is Haru, again, if you don't know the terminology, don't worry about it. I just have to teach you or at least mention it to you so that when it comes up later, things will become easy for you. There's Haruful Mabani. Don't get scared by these terminologies, okay? All right. I will just explain them in a minute. And there's haruful ma'ani. Okay. Basically, huruful mubani are letters of alphabets. They're building blocks of words. They don't carry meaning on their own. They don't carry meaning on their own. Okay? Huruf al-ma'ani, basically you will see the words like ta, ka, and ba often used, not be, ba often used in the middle of the word or in the beginning of the word that doesn't really have a meaning, but they're added. Okay? Inshallah, when they will show up, I'll teach you. But our focus is huruf al-ma'ani. This is what we are going to focus on. Huruf al-ma'ani are basically words that have grammatical function. Okay? These words have grammatical function. Okay, they carry meaning, and their meaning is enhanced in when it is added with an ism and a fail. Okay, so if you didn't understand this, nothing to worry about. Next part is important to understand. Okay, now the part that we're going to consider, haruf al maani. Okay, haruf al maani, basically words that do have a meaning, but it's an incomplete meaning. The meaning is enhanced with the addition of an ism or fail side by side to give it a complete meaning. So the things that fall into this, number one, are prepositions that we talked about before. Prepositions. Prepositions in Arabic are called, again, for your notes, write these down. If you do not know the Arabic terminology or you struggle with it, it's okay. It will get repeated so many times that it will become your second nature. Haruful jar. Prepositions. These words affect the noun, they affect the ism. These words affect the ism that comes after them. Okay? They are very powerful. These prepositions are so powerful in Arabic language that when they are placed in a sentence, they affect the ism that comes after it. How they affect them, we will learn later. But I want to give you examples. No, running in itself is a verb. This does not qualify as ism. So, doesn't qualify as a harf, sorry. So, preposition example would be in English. Let's say I have the word from. Okay? In Arabic, it means min. From where? You're forced to ask a question. Then you have the word to, which means ila. Then you have the word in, which means fi. Then you have the word on, upon, which means ala. Okay? Then you have the word with or by, and that is be. Does that make sense so far? Is that clear so far? Do we understand the first category of haruf jar, which is prepositions? Very good. Now let's look at the second category that is included in the harf. I mean, today we're just learning about the categorization so we can understand them much better later. The second category I mentioned, oh, subhanallah, what happened here? Okay. The second category, my dear sisters, is conjunction. Okay? Which in Arabic we call them haruful ataf. The Arabic terminology, I will repeat, should not scare you. It is for your knowledge. You just know that it's there. Okay? Now, what is the purpose of conjunction? To connect words. Remember, preposition would have an impact on the word afterwards, I said? Conjunctions don't necessarily have an impact. They're just there to connect words. Okay? They connect words, phrases, or clauses. Okay? So, for example, we have in English and. In Arabic, what do we call and? Wa. Then we have the words like so, then. Have you seen that word so and then? You probably saw it in the Quran as fa. That's a conjunction. That's a harf. Then you saw the word then, but with a bit of a delay. And that is summa. Have you guys seen that summa in the Quran so far? Yes. Then there's a word or, which is in Arabic, aw. Okay? Is that clear? So all of these are your harf. They're not ism, they're not fail. These words need to be accompanied with other words. Okay. Then there's more to it. Harf, I told you, is a broad category. The third category of harf is do not freak out by the names. I keep repeating that. I just wanted to look at the examples and take notes of the examples. So you have a list of entire haruf with you. Okay? Those are called harufun nasab. Okay? What are those? They're particles, or in other words, we call them particles. What kind of particles are they? They are the particles such as an, which means that. Okay? An is often added with a verb, a present tense verb. Okay? With fi'l mudari. Okay? Then you have the word, you probably have seen it in the Quran already, lan in your Quran classes. Have you seen the word lan? Which means will not. Okay. Then there's another word that comes as harf, which is kai, which means in order to. All right. That is the category, the third category of harf. Then there is another category of harf. Ready for that? Or is it enough for today? I do want to complete the all the categories with you guys today, and then inshallah in following classes we will explain it further. They are called haruful jazm. You do not need to know the terminology. All you need to know are the examples. Have you seen the word lam in the Quran so far? What do you translate this as? Did not. Did not. That is your harf. Then have you seen the word la in the Quran? Which means do not. Okay, these two words go under this fourth category of harf. Okay. Then what is the fifth category of harf? The fifth category of harf is called haruful istifham. Basically questioning ones. Questions, interrogations. Interrogative particles. Okay? Such as, have you seen hal in the Quran so far? What does hal mean? Hal could mean is, hal could mean are, Hal could mean do. Hal could mean does, depending on the context. Basically, it's a question. Okay? And it's a question for yes or no questions. Yes or no answers. Then you have another one, Hamza in the beginning. If Hamza comes in the beginning, okay, it's similar to hal. It is exactly similar to hal, same as hal. But there are two ways you can question in Arabic, which is hal and okay? Is that clear? Then the last category is particles that wanna be, particles that want to be verbs, meaning they are wannabes. They are like, hey, I want to act like a verb, but they're not verb. Okay? So again, just for your knowledge, I'm going to give you the Arabic name. Do not freak out about it. All you need to know is the examples. So they are called haruf, mushabbah, mushabbah, mind jiggling classes. Don't worry, we'll do a review and I will tell you what's important for you to take. Okay? In every class, there's always something new. If your mind is jiggling, that means you're learning. Okay? If your mind is not jiggling, that means there was nothing new in the class today. So these particles basically act like a verb or try to act like a verb, but they're still called particles. They're still called harf. And you guys are very familiar with these words. You want to know which words are these? Let me write this down. Inna. What does inna mean? Every one of you should know the meaning from the Quran class. Indeed. Very good. That's a harf. Then the word anna. There's inna and then there is anna, which means that. Okay, but it also has the meaning of indeed in it. So indeed that. It also have that strength to it. Then you have also studied the word in the Quran, lakinna, right? Lakinna, which means but, however, there you go. So these are the categories of harf. Okay? Now, all the haruf that I mentioned here, you have seen 90% of them already in your Quran class. In the Quran, have you not? Yes. Yes. What is the new thing that you learned today? Just the terminologies and the names. And I don't expect you to know them by heart. I don't want you to learn them at this point. There is no benefit. All you need to know is categorization. So let's do a quick recap, shall we? Okay. What is an ism? In Arabic, what is an ism? Noun plus. What does that mean? It has so many other things. It has adjectives, it has pronouns, it has adverbs. It's a broad, big category. Okay, plus, plus. Very good. That's all you need to know from today's class. How many fail verbs are there? What are the categories of fail? You have past, you have present, slash future, okay, and you have command. You can say four categories or you can say three categories if you're making present slash future together. Make sense? So you have basically fail ma'adi. The only thing I want you to do memorize is fail ma'adi, fail mudare, and fail amr. All right? Then let's go to harf. How many categories of harf are there? Many. Let's just say that. Many. Okay. How many of you counted? I actually forgot to tell you one category of harf. Oh my goodness. Last category. Harf nida. You know, like ya. Have you seen the word ya in the Quran? Ya ayyuha. Have you seen that? Ya ayyuha allazina amanu. This ya, this ya is your harf. Okay? This is like, this means oh. When you call out to someone, oh, listen to me. Oh, people. This ya is harf nida. So lots of categories. Okay? All you need to know is lots and lots. What you need to know is to be able to recognize the harf in the Quran and be like, oh, this looks like a harf to me. Okay? Are we good? Was it difficult to understand? Now, in every class, moving on from next class, we will take an ayah from the Quran and we will, try to differentiate the words, break them down, and see which category they fit in. First, you need to be able to identify and sort the words. Once you can sort the words, then you can learn more things afterwards. Okay? So, what are the two sciences of Arabic language? Sarf and Nahv. Sarf teaches you about the words. Nahv teaches you about the connections of the words. Right? Very good. No, no, Nadia, no, 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 no. Harf does not just have two categories. The rest are subcategories. Okay, let me repeat the harf part again. I think there was a bit of a confusion. Let me teach you harf part again quickly. Harf has two main categories. One is no meaning particles, okay? And the other is meaningful particles that need other words to complete their meaning. These are the main categories, okay? This is the category that I explored with you guys today that had lots of things inside it. So these are in Arabic called ḥurūf al-ma'ani. So the category in this includes your prepositions. This includes your conjunctions. Okay. This includes your ila, min, wa, au, and it also includes inna, an, la, lakinna. Okay. All of the words we talked about were in this category. We did not study the no meaning articles today. We did not study this today. We only talked about this one category, and everything else comes within this. Make sense? Does that make sense? So the main thing is harf has two kinds of harfs in Arabic, one that have meaning, partial meaning, and the other no meaning. And then from that, you get so many more haruf that inshallah, each category we will dive into in its due time. All you need to know is that there are a lot of words that are within the harf category. Okay? And there are a lot of words within the ism category. Inshallah, this is where we will conclude our class. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Inshallah, I will see you guys next week. Okay? Are you guys a bit scared from the terminologies today? Or are you going to ignore them? No, just ignore the terminologies. Ignore the terminologies. Okay. I'm just writing them down because, I have to mention the term at least. But you do not need to know the terminologies. You need to know three simple things we learned today. Ism is more than a noun in Arabic. That's your summary. What's your takeaway points? Ism is more than a noun in Arabic. Ism is noun plus plus. It includes adjectives, adverbs, and everything else. Verbs are four categories in Arabic. You have a past tense, you have a present tense, you have a future tense, and you have a command tense. That's it. Harf are many, many words, okay, that need other words to make meaning. That's all you need to know. Do you know that much? Do you know that much? Okay, then today's lesson was successful. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, we will move on to each step of this slowly, slowly in next classes. Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته